now rocking with the best. Debates get hot, boy, I am so many fresh. I talk cash money like I'm Birdman. Tackle topic straight on, no swerving. All facts is what I'm serving. No one's better or more deserving than me. I bring that heat like Miami on a whole nother level like I'm tiny. I prove points by helping you visualize, using data that's analyzed by eagle eyes. Get your mind right and act like you know. You are now tuned into the Real Untouchable podcast.
Hey, what is New Sports World, and welcome to the Real Untouchable podcast, man, with me, Ray Diggs. I got a great segment for you all, man. It's high school football. It's 8-4A. Hamburg traveling to Magnolia. This right here is going to be a hell of a game, man. Before I get started, man, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button. And make sure y'all give me your feedback on what you all think about this segment. But, hey, let's go ahead and jump into this thing, man. We got 2-0 Hamburg traveling to Magnolia to face the Magnolia Panthers, who's 1-1 coming into this game, coming off a huge beatdown last week against Backside. Backside stomped them out 40-22. Magnolia, they didn't look that good, but Backside is a really good team, so I can't really, bash him too much. But Hamburg is coming off a dynamic win. They coming off a big win against Dumas last week, in which they put up another 50 ball. And I'm going to break down the stats on why and who I think is going to win this game. This right here will be the first time that Hamburg get tested this season. They played the first two games. One was against McGee, which is a 3A team. Then they played against Dumas, which is a 3A school. So this right here will be the first time that they will be meeting against a team that honestly I can pretty much say, okay, I can pretty much grade this team and say, yeah, this right here is a team that's for real, or yeah, this team right here is a nonfiction team. But I think Hamburg is for real this season. I think that this right here is a hell of a team. Getting ready to go to Magnolia to face against 5A Magnolia. Magnolia, I think they're ranked like number 17 in 5A. Hamburg coming in 4A ranked. Right now, they're ranked number 5. And Hamburg is just an offensive machine right now. This team right here is coming in the game averaging almost 300 yards rushing. They're averaging another 186 yards passing. Nakia Lewis, he's averaging 234 yards rushing. Caden Thomas is averaging 166 yards passing. KB, the wide receiver, is averaging 73 yards receiving. And Nakia Lewis, overall, he's averaging almost 235 yards, which, most of those on the ground. Aiden Robinson, the highly talented linebacker, he's averaging 14 and a half tackles a game. And Nakia Lewis is leading in points a game with 30 points a game. Like I said, Hamburg is averaging 270 yards rushing, almost 200. Right at 190 passing. They're averaging a total of almost 460 yards of total offense. And this team right here is averaging 52 and a half points per game. That's a lot of points, man. And I said that this team right here have the probably one of the top 2 most explosive offenses in 8-4A. Probably going to be number 1. I would put them in 1 right there together. But this is one of the most explosive offenses. I'm talking about from rushing to passing. This is one of the most explosive offenses. And I think Magnolia they're going to feel it. They're going to feel it early. I think Hamburg comes in. And I think that coming off of last year's win, Hamburg beat Magnolia last year. I think it was 28-26. Hamburg win that game by 2. I think Hamburg is a better team this year. I think that Magnolia, I think that they're, they may be a little bit better, but I don't think they're in the, the same range of Hamburg. So I expect for Hamburg with the offense and the defense finally catching up to the offense, because that's what they did last week. If y'all caught the podcast last week, I said that I think Dumas was going to give Hamburg all they can handle. The next thing you know, boom, Hamburg was up by 28, just that quick. And I was just like, man, it amazed me. Dumas, they did not play good, but Hamburg is just that good. And next thing you know, the mercy rule was on, and Hamburg, they started putting in, the ninth graders in around like the third quarter, but then they brought them starters back in the fourth, and they pretty much finished the game with Nakel Lewis pretty much doing what he do best, and that's pretty much just running touchdowns. The kid, man, I'm gonna tell you, when I watch Nakel Lewis play, it's like the kid is playing backyard football. If y'all ever watched him play, he's pretty much playing backyard football. When I say backyard football, I mean he's running to the openings. Like he might zigzag across the field. That's backyard football. That's what we call backyard football. But it works, okay? It's like when he's already, once the first defender touches him, he's already 10 yards down the field, okay? And it's like it's like he shot out it's like he shoots out of a cannon when he gets that ball, and next thing you know, boom, he's off into the secondary. And if it's him against the free safety, chances are Nakel Lewis is going to win 99% of the time, and that's what he did, and that's what he did against Dumas. I think like the first couple of carries, I think he was just getting his feet wet, and then next thing you know, boom, off to the races. They had got the ball one time, it was like down at their own like 5, and next thing you know, boom, he's off to the races again. And it's like that's what type of player this kid has become. And then I hit, Caden Thomas, he faked it to him and hit a bootleg on the outside. That's going to be something that y'all got to keep in mind that Hamburg has this year working for them, is that Caden Thomas, he's gotten bigger, he's gotten faster, and that is bad for the other team. But I'm going to tell y'all what he's underrated at. He's underrated playing the free safety position. Honestly, I kept saying Dumas needs to go. They need to test Hamburg's wide receivers. But then when they did test him, who was there? It was Caden Thomas for the interception. So this offense, this defense right here is starting to come around. And Aiden, I'm gonna tell you something. Aiden Robinson, he pretty much put on a show. He pretty much was making tackle after tackle after tackle. Like, honestly, I sat here and watched this kid go head to head with Dumas running back. I'm talking about, and he didn't lose. I said, man, this kid right here can play. They finally got themselves a linebacker. And I think the kid is only like in the 10th grade. So this kid's going to continue to get better and better. He's going to get bigger and bigger. And what's crazy thing about it, man, his mom is really my classmate. So, it makes me, I'm happy to talk about her son because, just seeing him continue to evolve and get better and better. That's what I think Hamburg from the defensive side. And like I said, Hamburg got a bunch of playmakers on that defensive side of the ball. They just need to, they're going to continue to get better. But it's that offensive line that makes everything go. They have a very physical offensive line. I think that the offensive line comes out there, and I think they're going to dominate Magnolia. Magnolia is a very big team as well, so it won't be a pushover. But I just think that Hamburg is just too much better than Magnolia. I think the Hamburg is a walking 50-point. They're a walking 50-point team. Will they score 50 this game? Like I said, I think that they'll score maybe between. I always say this, and I'm always getting it wrong because I'm always trying to be humble. But they'll probably put up maybe between 42 and 49 points, because I just think that Magnolia do not have what it takes to stop this Hamburg machine. You got to be able to stop them. You got to be able, because you're trying to stop the run. Now KB, and I'm gonna tell y'all another kid, man. They call him Big Man. Hey, the kid can play, y'all. He's one of my favorite players on this team because he's a big wide receiver. He's a big physical wide receiver. And honestly, I don't even think he really understands how good he is yet. I'm starting to think that he's really just not starting to figure out how to play football because he's so big and he's a fast, talented wide receiver. And I think that once he catches up with KB on the other side, this team is really going to be dynamic. Because now, if you can stack the box, I think that Caden Thomas, he's fast enough, he's big enough that he can take off running. And honestly, if he takes off, I don't think there's nobody in 8-4-8 that can catch him. So when I look at this Hamburg team, they're starting to get better and better. They're just not beginning to figure this thing out. The coach is just not starting to figure this thing. I think he's just playing with what he can do for the first 2 weeks. But I think within the next couple of weeks, we're going to really see how dynamic this Hamburg offense can be. And I think that's going to be scary for the rest of the conference. So I'm expecting for Hamburg to come out here, and I expect for it to be maybe another one of those 42-49 type of games. But I expect for, I don't expect for Magnolia to go down without a fight. I expect for them to put up 21, 28 points. I think it's going to be a good game. Now, the one thing that I'm worried about, and I hope don't happen, is I hope that Hamburg doesn't look past Magnolia looking for the team that put them out last season, which is Homecoming, which is Monticello. I'm hoping that Hamburg doesn't do that. I'm hoping that they take this team serious. I'm hoping that they take Magnolia serious. Don't be looking ahead to the next game. Guess what? The next game ain't got no choice. It ain't no choice but to come. Just like my old drill sergeant used to tell me, hey, tomorrow ain't got no choice but to come. So guess what? Next week ain't got no choice but to come. So just go ahead, play this game right here Friday, dominate Magnolia, and then we can look ahead to what's going to happen next week against Monticello. Because I can tell y'all this, I'm hearing from sources. This is personal. Okay, Monticello is personal. They scheduled Monticello for a reason, because they don't respect Monticello. I don't think they respect Monticello, because you can't respect a team scheduling them on homecoming. You can't schedule. I remember when I played, we scheduled Dermot. Did you want to know why we scheduled Dermot? Because we would know we was about to put up another 40 ball on them. I'm talking about a 40-piece wing, no sauce. We knew we was about to put a 40 bone on them. We got off the bus with 28. And that's what I feel like they feel like against Monticello. They feel like they're about to go in and put a 42-piece on them. Okay? But I'm going to call it right now. I think it's going to be a 42-piece. But this time we're going to go lemon pepper. We're going to go lemon pepper style. Watch and see what I tell y'all. But this game right here is going to be a hell of a game, y'all. I think it's going to be a really good game. Also, man, we'll be at the game, man. Me and the fellas, man, we're going to be live next week from the game. I'm hoping to do some work with my homeboy from Southeast Arkansas Sports. Like I said, shout out to them as well, man. They doing great things over there. Actually, he posted a podcast, I think it was like yesterday. And honestly, man, I got to go back. I got to go on YouTube and watch it, because I know it's going to be off the chain. But we're going to try to do some work, man. We're going to try to do a high school game day at Hamburg. Heading into the Monticello game, it's homecoming. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. We're going to do a bunch of interviews. I'm bringing everything with me, y'all. I'm bringing all the equipment with me. So we're going to do a lot of interviews, man. It's going to be a hell of a week. Hamburg, Monticello next week. It's going to be a crazy, crazy, crazy week. So make sure y'all tune in. Like I said, make sure y'all go over there, check out my fellas over there at Southeast Arkansas Sport. We're going to try to get on hopefully Sunday, maybe if they are available on Sunday. We're going to try to get on and do a podcast, and then we're going to also lead into next week. We're going to try to set something up, man, where we do a high school game day and talk about the breakdown between, these two teams, Hamburg, Monticello. We know these two teams have history. Monticello beat Hamburg twice last season, including putting them out of the playoffs. So I know it's personal. And one thing about, let me tell y'all something. One thing about when something get personal, see, it's okay that they lost in the regular season, but when you lose in the playoffs and they send you home, those tears of your seniors, your homeboys, that's personal. That becomes personal now. And that's right there what I think this is. I think Coach Johnson, I think he scheduled these dudes for a reason. I think that he see this right here as a game where they can pretty much solidify themselves, because if they come out here and they dominate Monticello, hey, I think Hamburg becomes a team to beat in A4A, which I already think that them and Warren are just a two-headed monster right now. But we got to take care of Magnolia first, and I think they will. I don't think they're going to come out here and sleepwalk. This team just got to stay hungry. And I keep preaching this. They got to stay hungry. You can't get caught up in the hype. Yeah, we're going to hype y'all up. You ain't got to talk about it. You ain't got to talk about how good y'all are, because we're going to do it. I hope they stay humble. I hope they stay hungry, because guess what? The thing is about to get ready to start. A4A conference is about to start. So I expect for them to continue to get better and better every week. And it's the offense get better and better, defense catch up with the offense. And this team right here can probably do something special. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like I said before, man, make sure y'all go over to the Southeast Arkansas Sports. Check out my boys over there. They dropped a great podcast, a video. I think it was an interview of one of Fordyce's players, one of their best players. Make sure y'all go over there and check that out, man. And I'll probably end up sharing. I shared it on my page on the Real Untouchable Podcast on Facebook. Make sure y'all go over there and like that. But hey, I'll share it on there. Y'all go out there and check him out. Run his numbers up for me. But hey, I'm picking Hamburg to dominate I'm picking Hamburg to dominate Magnolia. Also, Warren, they getting ready to start their thing. But Monticello need to win this week. If Monticello lose this week, I honestly think that this right here, this thing might be over with for them. But I'm not gonna do no predictions tonight. I just wanted to come on here and talk about Hamburg and what they need to do against Magnolia. Getting ready to head up to the Magnolia. It's gonna be a big game tomorrow. I think that it's, like I said, this right here is gonna be the one time. This is the last non-conference game. Hamburg can show us how good they really are. And if they can come out here and put a beat down on Magnolia, a team that's written, they ain't like they're 0-2, they're 1-1. If they can put a beat down on them or pretty much come out here and beat a 5A school, we pretty much know that Hamburg is one of the top teams in all of 4A, which is not just 8-4A, but I'm talking about the entire 4A. I'm talking about with Orkadelphia, Darnell, and all the rest of them, Gosnell, all the rest of them teams up in there. I think that Hamburg is one of the best teams in this conference. So I think that they'll come out here and take care of business. I don't think they'll get caught up in the hype. I don't think they're going to be looking forward to Magnolia, because Magnolia, they coming. All right. But until next time, man, thank y'all again for listening to another great segment of the Real Untouchable Podcast. Until next time, y'all, peace.